What do black voters have to say about Louisiana's congressional maps that have landed all the way at the Supreme Court? Let's talk about it. In 2022, the state of Louisiana released congressional maps that had one majority black district out of 6 in the state. The challenge with that, Louisiana is 30% black. So district court there said, hey, you got to redo the maps. The state comes back with a new map that has 2 majority black congressional districts out of the 6 in the state. Well, a dozen non-black voters sued and said they now are being discriminated against based on their race. Now, the state of Louisiana wants to argue that this should be a colorblind process. They want to say that comes from the Equal Protection Clause under the Constitution. That's the crux of their argument. Well, attorneys for the black voters who are represented here say, look, 2 years ago, the Supreme Court upheld Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act and said that it is indeed constitutional. Number 2, they say the state has had shifting justifications for why they are now bringing this challenge to the Supreme Court and arguing that the drawing of these congressional maps should not take race into account in any capacity. And then number 3, they're arguing that Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act was designed to prevent discrimination based on race. And it's important to note there is a history in this country of poll taxes and literacy tests, even physical violence that has been enacted on black people, especially in the South, to disenfranchise the vote. Now, justices do seem poised to side with the state of Louisiana in this case, but we won't know until a decision is released a few months from now. But the result, if Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act is weakened, threatened, challenged, struck down, could really be staggering. Every state in the country could then redraw maps strictly based on what they call a political motive and not take race into account at all. So a lot to watch and a lot that could happen as a result of what the decision may be.